Every time I glance at the clock, the hands spin wildly, a blur of motion that makes my heart race with an inexplicable dread. It began last week, when I first noticed the peculiar behavior of the clock in my small, dimly lit workshop. At first, I dismissed it as a mechanical glitch, a mere quirk of an old clock. But it wasn't just that one clock. Every timepiece I encountered, from watches to public clocks, whizzed their hands around in a frenzied dance until the stroke of midnight, when they would halt abruptly, frozen in time. This unsettling phenomenon haunted me, creeping into my thoughts, fueling my growing paranoia. Determined to unravel this mystery, I began documenting these occurrences, noting the exact times and locations each episode unfolded. The spinning hands seemed to mock me, a relentless reminder that time was slipping through my fingers. One evening, as I sat surrounded by my notes, a pattern emerged. Each spinning episode coincided with moments of intense decision-making or emotional turmoil in my life. It was as if the clocks were attuned to my inner world, reflecting my chaotic state of mind. Yet, the midnight stillness offered a brief respite, a moment of eerie calm before the turmoil resumed. As the days wore on, I delved deeper into my past, seeking connections to this bizarre phenomenon. My search led me to an old photograph of my grandfather, a clockmaker who had mysteriously vanished years ago. The resemblance between us was uncanny, and I felt an inexplicable bond, as if our fates were intertwined. I discovered that he, too, had been plagued by similar clockwork anomalies, documented meticulously in a tattered journal. The final entry was a chilling warning: beware the midnight hour, for it holds the secret to your destiny. The clock struck midnight, and I stood before the mirror, clutching my grandfather's journal, my heart pounding in sync with the silence around me. In the reflection, I saw not just myself, but the shadow of my grandfather, a spectral presence that seemed to whisper the truth I'd been dreading. The clocks were not malfunctioning, they were a harbinger, a countdown to an inevitable fate. As the hands resumed their wild dance, I realized with a cold certainty that midnight was not a moment of peace, but a foretelling of my own impending disappearance, just like my grandfather before me.